Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to share with you a trick to ensure that you survive all your poults. What you see here is one of my batches of poults that I raise here on the farm. These ones were hatched 11 and I still have them. If I can go ahead and count them for you, they are exactly 2 months old. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And one would wonder where is number 11. That is number 11. Actually, let's pick it up and put it back in a cage enclosure. So guys, today I will be discussing with you some of the things that we do to ensure that this kind of thing happen. Many people are actually struggling to ensure that they survive their poults. And there are quite so many things, guys, that you're doing wrong that we will be discussing in this video to ensure that you avoid those things and you're able to survive your poults. Now, guys, look at how beautiful these birds are looking at 2 months and see how big they are. So we'll be assuring that you never get to lose your poults again. Now, there are quite many people who say that actually turkeys do not know how to take care of poults. They give that as a reason as to why they are losing their poults. As you can see, this is a turkey. You see that the chicks are actually happily living here with this mother turkey. And that is doing an amazing job. Like you can even see, it actually has no problem with the chicks. Like you can see, they are playful while they are here. And that shouldn't be a reason for you to comfort yourself when you lose your birds. To give yourself comfort that in any way turkeys don't know how to manage their chicks. You can see I do have a variety of chicks which are here because the eggs were hatching on some form of different days. So that's why you see that some birds are actually of different age. But that is the turkey that is taking care of them. And you see that I still have the cardboard because that normally I remove it out when I have about 2 weeks. The same trick is what I use on my ducklings. You see that I have a set of ducklings and they are also lovely and they are actually doing fine. So guys, this trick is actually going to work well across most of the livestock. So number one, guys, let's start right away from when your turkey is brooding, because this is where all problems can originate from if you actually do not do it well. Now, the other thing is, ensure that you provide a warm material for your turkey to be able to incubate the eggs. This is going to ensure that you get more than 90% hatching rate for your turkeys. Now, once you have that achieved, then you go to management. But the other thing that, guys, that you must do is that you see that this is the cage where I have this turkey incubating. The other is the enclosure where I have the rest of my turkeys. Now, I do this, guys, to ensure that when these turkeys start hatching, there's no chance of the other turkeys getting to the poults, because most people will lose their poults during the first week of hatching, and that can even happen on the very first day. Because when your turkeys start hatching, some chicks might start popping out, and you see that actually the eggs are very warm and it's about to hatch. This should be able to hatch within about 3 to 4 days. So now your turkey has successfully hatched and you have your poults on the first day. What do you do then? You need to move them in a cage enclosure like this one. This is the cage enclosure which I have, and it has a wire mesh at the bottom. These birds are about 2 months old, but you see that the cage is actually free. They are not droppings. If I can push them around, and you actually see that this cage has no droppings, and we haven't swept this cage today. So basically this cage is self-cleaning, and you can see the manure is actually collecting down. That's the number one thing that you need to do. This will help you to ensure that you're managing hygiene. Once you have managed hygiene, then the other thing is going to be your disease management and then your feeding. For us, what we feed is this kind of feed. This is grain. This is basically maize. But you see that this maize is dark. It's because we include charcoal. We do have a detailed video about how to be able to mix this type of feed which we give. But you see that it has some small particles of broken maize, and also it has other nutrients. I will link the video to that feed mixing formula at the end of the video, so ensure you watch until the end. And guys, you see that actually these turkeys love to eat this kind of feed. Now, this type of feed we give it to these turkeys when they make about a month old. So what do we feed when the turkeys are actually still young? So guys, this is starter. This is what I feed the chicks when they are still very young. You see that they look like some form of crumbs. And this is high in protein. And guys, these pharaohs actually love to eat it. Like you can see, they actually enjoy eating it, and it is very high in protein. Now, that kind of feed, I give it to these turkeys for about 4 weeks. That way, it is going to ensure that they are growing very fast, and they are getting all the protein they need. Because you know that protein is the body building food, which will enable these chicks to be able to grow very well. Now, the other thing, guys, that we constantly do is, let's say maybe if I can demonstrate, you see on the turkey, these wings, these feathers on the wings, I will always remove them until the turkeys have actually made 2 months. So we consistently remove these feathers on the wings, these ones which you see, these ones, we all remove them. And the ones which are on more or less the tail, we also go ahead and remove those. Now, what does that help you guys? That is going to ensure that actually all the feeds that your birds are eating is not concentrating on growing these feathers. Like you see, these are more or less the heaviest on the bird, and it takes some energy to be able to grow these ones, guys. So when you consistently remove them from your birds, actually I do have a few chicks. If you can concentrate very well, that is a turkey chick, and another one is just there. And these ones have actually just removed them. Like you see, the chickens have actually grown those feathers, but that turkey there is missing them. That's because I have actually removed them. You can see them here. I've just been able to remove them from those 2 turkeys. This is going to ensure that actually your birds are concentrating on growing muscle, other than just having to spend that feed and the energy on growing these unnecessary feathers. So guys, that is a trick which has worked for us here very well, and that's why we are able to have this type of birds here on the homestead and without any problem. Now guys, the other thing is that now at this point, this is where we actually sell these birds. When these birds make 2 months, we are able to sell them because you see that our caging enclosure is almost not going to be able to hold them if they spend another month or 2. So what we are now calling upon everyone is that if you need turkey poults, here they are. You can come to our homestead and we will be able to give them to you. Once they go beyond here, once they go to about 3 months, it becomes very difficult for us to go ahead and sell them. So the other turkeys are 2 months old, and when they be about 4.5 months to 5 months, they will be the size of this turkey here. This one, if I can just remove this male so that you'll be able to see it. So at 4 months, they will be that size. 4 to 5 months, they will be at that size. And guys, at that size, we no longer sell them because that we can actually process it and put it in our freezer as food. So guys, if you have watched the video this far, please consider subscribing to the channel. Turn on the notification bell so that every time we upload a video, you are notified to come and watch. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next video.